Hey everybody, how are you? Today is Monday, November 11th, 2024. So, isn't it a grand day in America and the world? Let's hope so, except where we have some not so grand days. But anyway, we persevere on. Today, I wanted to jump on and talk about what I just have been, I've been Let's start over. I've been talking about promoting things and blah, blah, blah. And what I miss doing is teaching and talking about things. So today I wanted to bring it on and talk to you all about a few of the questions that I ask my clients when I'm doing my intake. I was going through my videos and I have all kinds of things. And I said, let me see. Maybe I'll talk about the history of the kitchens just because it's fun. Let's do something fun, right? I want to have something fun today, not always so serious. So let's talk about something interesting. I find the history of the kitchen and the history of the bathrooms to be extremely interesting when you go back to like bathrooms from the Roman times, right? And kitchens from the Dark Ages. So we've all had methods. Once they invented fire and knives and cutting things and cooking, I suppose that's how we learned all of our seasonings and everything, is because people tried and ate things. And um, cooking has been around forever. So did they cook? Where did they cook? What did they use to cook? And how did they get rid of all the smoke? And how did it end up to be the kitchens of today? So I love stuff like that, and lighting and layers of lighting, and just more interesting things of our business. So today I'm going to talk about uh, some of the questions that I ask clients. I was going through my videos and I had one about qualifying clients, on what kind of questions we do to qualify our clients. And that could be a little bit long, because the who, what, where, when, and why. You got to ask those questions and get people to talk, and there's more questions you ask, the more they'll talk. Sometimes they say in our business that we have to listen, but we tend to listen. But you know what we have to do more than listening? We have to get the client to talk. Okay. Many times clients don't talk. So there's not a lot to listen to. You have to kind of open them up to talking to you. And also, what the client is telling you might not be what you need to hear. So you need to hear certain information so that you can proceed with their project. So the customers have a hard time really talking to us and giving us the proper information that we need as designers to produce a good project for them, whether it's the kitchen, the bathroom, the den, whatever project you're working on. They need to describe to us, they need to talk to us, and we need to listen, but we need to ask the questions to get them to tell us what we need to know. So here are some of the questions. After you've done your intake of the who, what, why, where, and how. So I don't really want to talk about that today. I'll talk about that another day. We're just going to talk about the questions. Once you get to all that stuff and you qualify the client, and we're saying, okay, you're a qualified client. I'm going to spend time with you and I'm going to really dig into your project now. Now we're working on your project. I've done all the qualifying and we're getting started on the questions you need to ask in order to develop their project. So let me share my screen and show the video I have. I'll show my PowerPoint. Okay. Oh, here's my screen here. Let me just see what I'm looking at on my. Okay, so it's showing the full thing. Let me get there. And let me present it. I don't want to talk about that. Questions for kitchen design. So you're going to have the clients gather their information via the internet and print, like magazines, such a thing, and show you the things that they like and any research on products that they have done. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask your client to please give me, share your house with me, share your Pinterest with me, share your faucet that you saw in the magazine, share a picture of a pretty kitchen. Even if you don't like everything in the kitchen, maybe you only like one thing in that picture and you want to show me, I like the way this island design is, let's say, not necessarily the color of the kitchen, but the island design. So you're going to have your clients, and if they don't have that information, you're going to give them homework and you're going to tell them they need to give you the information, because people don't know how to explain what a room looks like, right? You got to have a picture of it. So any inspiration that the clients have, you want to make sure that you have them give you that information. So like I say, I have them share their house folder with me. I have them share their Pinterest with me, whatever it is. The more information, the better. Information overload at this point, because a lot of times the information that they're giving you tells a story. It gives you an idea of their design style, because they can't always say, oh, I like modern, oh, I like contemporary. Well, what do you mean by a modern? What do you mean by contemporary? What do you mean by traditional? What do you mean by transitional? Because my idea as a professional of transitional is very, may not be the same or is different than what a lay person, the homeowner not in the business, would consider transitional or traditional. So you really got to get them to show you the visuals. And if they haven't done it already, once they start doing it, it really is an inspiration for the beginning of the project and getting everybody, speaking the same language. A lot of what we do, we need to get an idea. We need to get spurred on by something. Um, Showing, give me some kind of visual inspiration. And the next thing is that would help you to determine your design concept. And then you want to discuss the people utilizing the space, like how many cooks are there at one time? Are there children cooking? Are there disabilities? Are there physical requirements? How about pets? Do they have religious observations? Discuss, and then, also the way that they cook, the types of food that they cook. Um, then you want to discuss their any kind of storage requirements. Do they need, how many pots and pans do they have? Do they have Corningwares? Do they have trays? Do they have cookie sheets, platters, small electrical appliances? How many sets of cutlery and knives and dishes and glassware do they have? Excuse me, because you need to provide storage for all that product. We are storage professionals in addition to being designers. Because if you have a bunch of cookie sheets and platters and trays, you're going to try and give them a tray base, possibly with a rollout, and a small drawer above it. Then you want to discuss their eating patterns, the families scattered. How many times do they entertain? How many times do they eat in the kitchen? Do they do their homework in the kitchen? Do they have the holiday preparation? What kind of cooking do they do? Do they do it? Do they entertain once a week, twice a week? Never, 2 times a year? You got to ask them those things. And then you ask them the things that they want, like the type of appliances, like how many appliances do they desire? Like what's their wish list? And are they gas or are they electric? You want to always ask what the feed is to the house, of whether it's an electric line or are you dealing with a gas line? That's a different appliances, for cooking. And what you're dealing with as far as moving goes. To move a gas line, you need a plumber. To move an electrical line, you need an electrician. And so stuff like that. And then what kind of sink do they want? Do they want a single, a double? And again, if you can get them to give you pictures of anything that they like. We're doing this for inspiration, right? And what kind of faucet do they think they like? Do they want a pull-out faucet? Do they like a single handle faucet? Do they prefer a spout? What kind of, do they want a more high spout, a low spout, a bridge faucet? There's tons of faucets, and the customers usually have an idea. And if they don't, they know that they need to start thinking about that. Okay. And they need to go looking for this, and they need to tell you what kind of faucet they're going to put in. Um, and then also, what type of materials were they looking at for their countertop? You certainly don't want to put together a package for somebody that's like, "Oh no, I do not want man-made quartz. I only want natural stone. I want a marble or a quartzite or a granite. I do not want quartz man-made material. I do not want porcelain material." So you need to know before you start your project, like, gee, they hate man-made material. So don't even look at it. Don't even show it. Uh, and what were they thinking about for their backsplash? Did they want to do a full height backsplash? Were they wanting to do tile? And again, if they weren't thinking about it, you're now planting the seed in their head that they need to start looking more at these little tiny details, because usually when you get started, they're just kind of like an overall, oh, I want to do my kitchen, but they don't realize all the little nitty tiny little things, like, now what kind of hardware do you want? Do you want knobs? Do you want pulls? And were you thinking about a finish? Somebody might say, I definitely want, antique brass. I have to have all that new brass in my kitchen. I want that. So you're getting an idea. Again, this is for concept. And what kind of a door were they thinking of? Were they thinking of light? Were they thinking of dark? Were they thinking of painted? What's going on in that client's head? And then you need to think about the lighting and the ventilation in your project. How you're going to do your recess lighting, your task lighting, under counter lighting. You need to consider your island, ambient lighting, dining lighting, accent lighting, and switch locations. And then you want to get the client to think about the ventilation. What are they talking about for running the vent lines? Do they want to have a decorative hood? Can they only have a microwave? So the ventilation for cooking surfaces and special appliances, and how to run your vent lines and to get your proper CFMs. That's something to also consider in your projects when you're starting out, where you're going to run the vent to get out of the house. So let me just minimize that so I stop sharing. I hope that's shared properly. So those are some of the things that you need to consider when you're talking to the customer. You really need to ask them these questions. And again, it gets the client to hone in on what they're thinking. If they weren't thinking about the hardware, oh, do I want knobs and do I want handles? And then they'll start thinking about that. Gee, what do I really want? Buddy, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm in the middle of something here. So those are the things you need to do. You need to ask these questions. And then when like you have all different clients. So this is your baseline of questions. And then, like, you'll have some clients that have hardly any dishes or anything. Listen, you're interrupting my video here. And the cat steals the show. And the crowd goes wild. um Yeah, so that's one of the things that we need to talk about. And I have a whole list on my website on AlisonSolar.com, in the Kitchen and Bath Design Academy, kbdacademy.com. You can go in there and download the client questionnaire for kitchens. And the same thing you would be doing, you'd ask questions in the bathroom too. So let's see if there was one about the bathroom there. I could pull that one up too. Oh, questions for bathroom design. Yeah, I could share that again too. So let me. Which video was it? Picture in picture. Listen, you're killing me over here. Killing me. Let's share the screen again. Oh. Questions for bathroom design. Have your clients gather information. Again, you want to tell them to give you all the information they can to determine your space. And again, you're talking about who is using the space. Is it a kid's bathroom? Is it the master bathroom? Is it a Jack and Jill bathroom? Is it a powder room? You need to know who is using the space and how, because that will determine how often you're using the space and the type of things. Like if you have a master bath, right away we think we need a bigger room. If you think about a kid's bath, a child's bath, you think, oh, I want to maybe put the vanities down a little bit lower, and the master bathroom, maybe put them a little bit higher. If they're really tall people, you'd be designing for a higher. So you want to talk about what's going on, getting who's using the space, and then what are their bathing preferences and desires, such as bathtubs and shower systems. You have to talk to the about if it's a kid's bathroom, you're definitely, well, I think you can really only buy pressure balance type valves, but possibly you would want to do the thermostatic valve for the kids' bathroom if you were to have a shower head, a tub spout, and a hand spray. Because if you have multiple systems going on, multiple uses for the water flow, having the thermostatic shower system is really going to give you the best water flow for your shower system. Although they've done some really good pressure balance valves, it's still a different valve. The pressure balance is different than the thermostatic. And they have some different ones that are pressure balance, but they're like in between a pressure balance and a thermostatic. I still always say that the best one is going to be the most expensive one, of course, and that's going to be the thermostatic valve. Like, do they want a hand spray? Is it who's taking a bath? Is it a soaker tub? Do they want to have a whirlpool, a air bath? What are they looking for? Do they need chromotherapy? And then what are their storage requirements? Are they putting in their towels in the bathroom? Do they need to be stored in the bathroom? Do they not need to be? Where are they going to go? In a hall closet? Where's the extra toilet paper going to go? You really need to start discussing these nitty gritty of the room to get started on the project so you can move forward and provide the proper storage for everything. And are they putting makeup on in the room? Do they blow dry their hair sitting or standing? And where do they like to store all those small appliances like that? What's really nice now are the drawers that open up and they have the electrical in there from the docking drawer, and it's so that when you open the drawer, the electricity activates and your blow dryer is already plugged in, ready to go. When you're done, you just close it or put it away and close the drawer. And life is a beautiful thing because you don't see that annoying blow dryer or the cord. And if they're putting makeup on, you want to make sure that you provide proper lighting. That's why we're asking these questions ahead of time. And do they shave in the shower? Do they shave in the mirror? Do they have grooming things like a electric shaver, electric toothbrush? Do they have I can't read the thing. This thing is in the way. Oh, here. Do they have storage shaving needs for the mirrors and storage for medicines and grooming and appliances? Like, a lot of people don't want that medicine cabinet, but where are you putting your electric toothbrush? Now you can reach the medicine cabinets with power right in them, so you can have that electric toothbrush charging in there inside the medicine cabinet and then just take it out, and you don't have, again, no cords, no nothing. When everything is all said and done, you don't have anything on the countertop in the bathroom. So there are lots of things to consider with a medicine cabinet. um, so those are some of the questions that you ask in the bathroom. Oh, and then you want to make sure that you prepare the all of the existing conditions. You want to make sure that you just locate all of your information. That's also on my initial consultation um, form that you can find on my website, AlisonSolar.com, onto the kitchen KBDacademy.com. So you want to prepare the measurements. You want to locate your vent lines, locate water lines, locate gas lines, locate the windows and doors. You want to make sure you measure any elevators and ceiling heights. If you're in a building, find out your building restrictions, your parking, hours for work to be performed, and take lots of photos of the existing conditions for before photos, and also for reference to look back at when you are working on the project, so you don't have to go back there and ask any questions. You've got all your information done. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, so those are some of the questions that you would ask that for doing your initial contract. What? Get out of my way. So that you would ask. Yeah, you would ask those questions. That's what you would do. So, I have those courses coming up, everybody. I have the kitchen design guidelines, and I have the bathroom design guidelines, cabinet construction standards, kitchen and bath design processes, lighting design, surfaces, appliances and fixtures, and final documentation. So I have all of those courses that are coming up. They're ready to register. So keep an eye out for them and hop on my website and sign up for everything. Okay. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the little webinar about questions to ask your clients. Okay, people. Thanks a lot. Peace out.